put the iliac crest right on the side of your hip bone or side of your pelvis, right on the ball. And then I want you to just move this way 1 inch. So you're just underneath it. Top leg up and over, bottom leg is relaxed. So it can go relatively straight, or you can even bend it at 90 if that's more comfortable. And then we're working down, looking for tension down to that lower hip bone. And then if we don't find anything, we want to move our hips. We can tilt them forward a little bit to get more towards the front of your glute med. Look for tension on that line, work up to down. If we don't have much there, we can tilt a little more, work up to down, looking for tender spots. So we make sure we're on the outer third of the quad, right? If that toe and knee are turned straight down, regardless of body position, now I'm in the front of the quad. We're missing what we're targeting here. If the bottom leg is turned straight towards the wall and facing, or even up with the knee and the toe, then I've completely missed it. I'm on IT band or even back on hamstring. So make sure that you take a look and you check out where your kneecap is pointed. It should be down on that 45-degree angle. All right, my weight's on my forearm, weight's on the hand, and I'm just using this top leg in my arms to slowly move down that quad, the lateral portion. I'm looking for spots that are very tender. If I don't have any specific spots to address, you just keep moving slow, like 1 inch per second. And you want to work all the way down to just above and outside the kneecap. Now, if you have some spots there that are pretty nasty, you want to stop and hold them. All right, spend 20, 30 seconds on one spot, and then you continue to move slowly to the next spot. Once you get both legs in there, bring that band up, and you want it just above the knees. All right, so once you're in position, we're going to go all the way down in our clam. So we bring our elbow forward, our arm is right underneath the side of our head, we've got our knees stacked, and I want your knees opened up a little bit past 90 degrees. So from there, I lift my bottom oblique up, all right? So I'm in that up straight spine position. If I'm not pulling up with bottom oblique, I'm side bending, I'm sagging. So critical that you get neutral first. We pull our abs in, and then we take our top hip and we tilt forward a little bit. So I want your hips not square to the wall, but angled slightly down. Now from here, I take my top hand, I put it on the side of my pelvis, reach kind of around to the back of your pelvis to make sure that we're not moving. So we're tightening up our core, we're stable, and then we're keeping our feet together. We just open our top knee. So I'm using my glute, my external rotators to open. I'm gonna potentially hold or just do these dynamically depending on the metrics of the exercise. And we're going to move through the range of motion that we have without exceeding it. So I can go higher, but then I'm moving my pelvis. So all I have with my hip joint is that. So that's where I'm going to stay. So slow and control up, resist the band tension down, right back up, no break at the bottom. Step into it, throw the other leg in there. Want to make sure it's just above your shoe. I'm going to step back here so I have a straight run forward. So what we're doing here is taking our stance out to about shoulder width now. And I want to keep my toes pointed straight forward, knees pointed forward with them, and a cushioned leg position. I'm going to take my right leg up and out towards 1 o'clock, left leg towards 11 o'clock. And I'm resisting the band that wants to pull my feet together. So I'm going to weight bear on one leg. I'm going to push forward and out at a diagonal with the other. Then I weight bear on that leg, balance, push up and out. So the key here is not quick steps. We want a lot of time under tension. So up and out, weight bear on one leg. The time on tension on one leg is when you're working. Standing here for 3 seconds between steps isn't really doing anything for you. So take your time, work forward. When you get to your rep goal or your distance goal, then we're backwards. So we're kicking our leg back as we're balancing, back and out, resisting the band, whipping us in. You want to keep tension on it. You want to have the control to keep your hips level and square. A couple feet away from our chair, we're going to reach back with our back foot to just rest it on the chair. If you notice, I'm in a position where I'm weight bearing on the lead leg. The back leg isn't taking any weight. I'm just resting that back leg there in full hip extension. So here's the key: as we get that leg back there, it's really easy to exceed the range of motion that we have at our hip to get a leg back. So if we're too stretched out, you're going to feel back tension, and you're going to see and feel that the side of the pelvis of the leg that's back is tilted forward. So you want to avoid that. So know how far you can reach back without losing your core. So keep your abs in, maintain a neutral spine, balance on one leg, and then reach and rest it there. So from that position, I'm dropping down in a lunge pattern or single leg squat. I'm getting my knee over my toe, and I'm weight bearing on the heel of the lead leg. So I do want a forward shin angle, right, if you have the range of motion. And then I'm driving through that lead leg to come back up. I control back down nice and easy, and then I drive back up through the lead leg. Now, as I come down, I'm looking for a straight knee through hip, through shoulder and ear line instead of hip flexion here in this back hip. So drive that knee down and back, get a stretch here, and then push up from the lead leg.